This is a PokePress special report.
And I forget, when did you start doing these types of runs? When was that first one?
March of 2008.
Okay.
So it's almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years this coming March, in March of 10.
And you have a lot of viewers. How do you manage to do all that over the internet? I mean,
we've had help. We've gotten really lucky reaching out to certain communities. Like big fan sites, for example. Oh, we had an Earthbound marathon, and Starman.net is the biggest Earthbound community in the world. They helped us out. Capcom helped us out for this Resident Evil marathon. We've just gotten in close contact with different fan bases. Cerebi and Bulba Garden helped us out last year with. I think there were several Pokemon sites that helped us out last year. So it's just been a combination of luck, and I'm trying to think. We'll register on forums right before and contact websites like Kotaku and different gaming blogs. And
so it's a simulcast type thing then.
Some people will simulcast this, or some will just give us a shout out and a link. Capcom actually, they simulcasted us on their blog for this last one. So yeah, some do simulcast this. I think Cerebi did for last year too.
Oh, well, that's really neat. So why don't you tell us a little about what's the charity you're going for this time for Pokemon?
This time is Allie's House, which is actually, this is the second time we've done Allie's House. It's St. Jude's charity. It's a affiliate of them, I guess you'd say. It's based in Oklahoma, so it's more specific than St. Jude, and it's to help the hospitals there in Oklahoma for kids that suffer from cancer.
And as just a curiosity, which game did you do before with Allie's House?
It was Zelda, and it was for our 1 year anniversary marathon. And last year, it's actually Toby Keith's charity, and last year he was able to give us tons of autographs, which is really we had some fun with that. But this year we've got one of our artists, Anita Titan, has actually drawn him riding a Rapidash, and now we're going to see if we can get an autograph of him, because I think that would be so awesome. Our fans would probably enjoy that.
Neat. So if people want to donate money, how do they go about doing that?
Usually, we always have a PayPal. There's a chip-in link on the speedgamers.com on the side where you can just hit chip in, and it'll let you can donate using your credit card, debit card, PayPal, or whatever. And usually it's linked directly to their account. But in this case, not this case, our last one, Diabetes Research and Wellness, we have our own donations account that sometimes we'll collect it and then send it their way if they don't have a PayPal. But for the most part, it's linked directly to their PayPal.
And how is this done? Do they give a flat amount? Do they say, like for the Pokemon one, is there a thing where you get I'll give you X amount of money for every Pokemon you manage to catch within the time period, or how does that work?
Last year, each marathon, it's a combination of things. We'll set a goal, for example, like at $1,000, so-and-so will shave his head, or we'll do different stunts. Or last year we had people bid on Pokemon naming. Like we had someone paid, I think, $1,500, I think it was. We had kind of like an auction going back and forth of who was going to be named Rayquaza, who was going to get to have his name on Rayquaza's handle or tag or whatever. So we'll be doing that again this year. Usually we do it for legendaries, and people just do it to see their name, in the game as we play. Someone donated $5,000 to name all the Final Fantasy characters Sephiroth last year during the Final Fantasy Marathon. So different stuff like that.
And how much, by the way, did you raise? I guess that's the score to beat for this year, but how much did you raise the last time you did Pokemon Marathon?
Last year, I think I'd have to pull it up. I think it was right at 5,000. I can confirm that real fast. Let me go to our website. The most we've ever raised was the Final Fantasy Marathon, which was 50,000, but that was a week long. That's going to be hard to touch. I think we're going to set our goal this year somewhere close to 10,000. We just did our Resident Evil, which was 8,000, so I think it's probably reasonable.
All right.
Let's see. Okay, last year we raised, we're almost 6,000. $5,923.
All right, and I know you guys you're using, in order to reach the now higher mark of 493 Pokemon, you're playing actually, what, half a dozen different games? I forget what was all on the list. Why don't you fill up people in and how you're going to use those games?
Okay, we're playing, of course, the Heart Gold and Soul Silver, we're importing those. Fire Red, Leaf Green, Diamond and Pearl, and Ruby and Sapphire. And Pokemon Ranch, because we're going to use it to get Mew, which I think we'll have to import 1,000 Pokemon to get Mew from Ranch. And what we do is actually we had a contest for our forum members of who could put together a checklist for us to do this, because it's really complicated. We try to split up each game, or give a checklist to each game and make it kind of even so that each player the weight can be balanced between everybody. And some games it's easier to catch some Pokemon and easier than others. For example, Ho-Oh is going to be much easier to catch than it was last year for Coliseum and Gale of Darkness. Thank goodness we do not have to use that game this year.
Nothing personal against the game, but I know you guys weren't very familiar with them, and I guess you had to get out the link cables for the GameCube there, and so I told that sort of pushed you back last year, huh?
Yeah, that game, so many funny, we went through, which is it? The one for Ho-Oh, that's Coliseum, right?
I believe so, yes.
We went through the game. You have to win 100 consecutive on Mountain Battle, which isn't hard at all. It sounds hard. It does take a while. It's just tedious, but it wasn't hard. Well, we figured out that you couldn't use your own members. There was some party rules that you couldn't do, and we had broke the rule. So we had to go through again, which took another 4 hours or 5 hours, something like that. First of all, you have to beat the game, and then you get to do Mount Battle. But yeah, that set us back a little bit. We also had Ruby die on us like the last day or something like that. The battery corrupted.
Oh, and you lost your save file.
Yeah.
Ouch.
We still did pretty good. We ended up with the upper 420s, I think. So I wasn't that bad, maybe 430. But this year, I fully expect us to catch them all.
Oh, really? Well, that'll be interesting to see. And I certainly wish you luck, Brett, and of course the rest of you over at the Speed Gamers. Just out of curiosity, after this, are there any more you're planning in the near future, maybe for early next year?
Yeah, we'll have one over our spring break, which usually lands it'll be in March, probably mid-March. And then once summer kicks off, which late May, early June, we'll have probably 3 marathons during the summer. So you can expect one in March, and then May, June, July, the summer months, and then of course Halloween, and again in Christmas.
All right. Well, Brett, thank you very much, and I hope you guys do a good job and entertain people and raising money for a great cause. And thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to do this interview. This has been Stephen Wright from the PokePress PIRN Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, talking with Brett of the Speed Gamers.
This has been a PokePress Special Report.